I'm Sari Cohen with Awards Buzz. Um, Hi. So I have to say, first of all, how wonderful it is to be here with the three of you today together to talk about a film as incredible as Eric LaRue.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for
Yeah.
saying
Yeah. Michael, I want to jump in with you. This is your directorial debut.
it
Um,
is.
this is a play that came out in 2002. I know you've worked with Brett over the years.
Mhm.
What was it about this story and the circumstances that made you want to step up as a director and do this now?
Yeah, when I read the screenplay, like you said, I'd seen the play oh God, a couple of decades ago or over a couple of decades ago, and the play is fairly different from the screenplay. Um, Brett did a lot of work to open it up and include other members of the community. Uh, and I was just so moved by it and so fascinated by every single character in the story and every single perspective. Um, if I would have just simply acted in the movie, I probably would have just been focused on one particular point of view or one particular character, but I really wanted to get in the mix with all of the characters and all of their journeys and so directing the film was the easiest way, I guess, to do that. Yeah.
Alexander and Judy, you're phenomenal. Your performances are just, you both give powerhouse performances. Before I jump into your characters, I do want to talk about working with Michael because you've both acted alongside of him. Um, I want to hear how he elevated your performances in this film as a director.
Well, it definitely helps that you respect, like I won't speak for Alex, but I'm sure he agrees. Like when you respect someone that much as an actor, like you're basically going to do whatever they tell you to do. Because I like trust Mike so much. And so yeah, I think that helps. Also, there was such a feeling of safety around this story, like that when we were all together, uh like Mike brought in all of his best friends. Like he was, I don't even know if there was anyone in our movie that you weren't like outside friends with. So everyone doing it was someone that he loved. And so then for me, I'm surrounded by people that Mike loves and trusts, and I want to be like him. So yeah, it was pretty, that part was awesome. I mean, all of it was awesome, but like just knowing, like walking in on day one and feeling like I'm inside of a family and that we all trust and respect like our leader.
What was it for you, Alex?
Yeah, and I felt that Michael knew and loved Ron and Ron's complexities even more than I did. And that made me that gave me a lot of confidence to try weird stuff on set. And because I felt that Mike's got my back, or not, more importantly, Mike's got Ron's back. And, and that was kind of just a great lifeline, knowing that like whatever we try, I know that Mike gets the character better than I do, and will come up and whisper something, a thought, an idea, a suggestion. Um, that would be, I knew would be very fun to try and interesting and exploring new avenues of of this character. So yeah, to just have that foundation, having someone that you not only love as a human being, but also as an artist, but trust so completely that you feel just yeah, you can't do anything wrong, and because he's got your back.
I wanted Alexander go into your role now a little bit, because you are known and loved for choosing these challenging roles. How did the role of Ron challenge you?
I honestly didn't find it that challenging. It was it was it's so well written, the screenplay, and I found Ron immensely fascinating. And again, it's a really, there's a complexity to the character, and he is in many ways shut off or shut down after what happened, after the tragedy, the horrific incident at school, um, and just desperate to kind of find an answer. And this, and he does, obviously, in a very kind of oversimplified version of religion, where it's a quick fix and it just an answer to, which alleviates any kind of responsibility on his part or even Eric's part. It's God's plan, master plan. And yeah, it really wasn't challenging, because again, the screenplay was so beautifully written, and the character to me was very clear. It had a lot of complexity, but his journey and where he was coming from made sense to me, even though I'm from a very different background than Ron. And then you're surrounded by actors like Judy and Allison Pill and Tracy Letts, and to what Judy was talking about, like just like a group of dear friends. And then with Michael whispering weird shit in my ear between takes, it was just, it really it was it was obviously intense and hard because the subject matter and the scenes were tough to shoot. But I think I shot a movie years ago called Melancholia, and it's literally about the end of not only humanity, but the whole goddamn planet explodes. Spoiler alert. But it was one of the most fun shoots I've ever been on. And it was a similar thing with Eric LaRue. We had, in order to, I think, get through it, because the subject matter was so dark, we needed kind of to balance it out with like lots of tequila on the weekend and parties and just like staying community and being together and like having a strong bond, because to get through that was so hard otherwise. So yeah, it's a bit of a juxtaposition, but it really was like intense and tough and horrific, but also just like light and fun and filled with love.
It's amazing when you have that collaborative, I guess, love to work off of. Judy, your character, I mean, she's grappling with a lot in this film. She's a mother, a wife, a human. What aspects of this character were you really drawn to?
I guess I was very impressed that Janice wanted comfort, um, and that she was actively looking for it. Um, I think she is a fighter, and I was impressed by that, because I don't think like on paper, maybe this person before this happened probably like was assertive or but in this situation where she finds herself when we meet her is that she's so lonely and overwhelmed and doesn't know where to go and doesn't know who to turn to. And I just like, I have a lot of respect for anyone who says they need help. And she's clearly asking for help and doesn't know where to get it. And so I had a lot of compassion for her. And that was kind of what I was excited about when I got to work on this on her and like sit with her and all that, because it's so brave to 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 do that, especially in a community like this.
The three of you, it's really been such an honor to sit here today and shed some light on such an important issue. And thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Sherry.
Same.
Thank you so much.